Ladies and gentlemen, we move on once again with A-class rules over 5 3-minute rounds of action. Would you welcome first into the blue corner, representing the Semtex gym, Mehdi, Fassal! And would you welcome his opponent into the red corner, representing Lumpini Top Team, Daren, Anstey! A-class rules over 5 3-minute rounds of action. Fassal in the blue, Anstey in the red.
We've got two big, strong men in that ring. I've seen Mehdi Fassal, a real all-action fighter, and around these parts we all know about Daren Anstey.
Well, that's right. The stage is set for these two. It's Yokkao in Southampton. I can't see this one going to the end. Can you, Malcolm?
Well, I couldn't I saw Daren's last bout, which I don't know whether you heard, was an absolute war. He was dropped twice in the opening 2 rounds and then came back and actually won the 3rd round. And again, it was toe-to-toe, so heavy. It wasn't under A-class rules, it was K1, but still, Daren was dropped in the 1st and I think dropped in the 2nd, and then in the 3rd, almost destroyed his man. It was an incredible battle, and both these two are capable of it, because on the same show, I've seen Mehdi Fassal as well, and they have a similar style. But as I must stress again, Danny, this is under a completely different rule set.
You don't often see the best Thai fights at these sort of weights and above, to be honest with you, Malcolm. Good high kick, put him off balance, nothing more than that though, I don't think. But like I say, in these weight categories, Thai fighting is usually better in the lighter categories. But these two look like they've got power.
Well, I spoke to Daren before this one, and I said, look, I know you lost, but it was a great fight last time. He said, well, I was really rusty. I've got that out of my system now. He feels he's really going to put on a performance tonight, and that was heavy body shots from him. He is a powerhouse.
He wasn't lying to you, Malcolm, was he, mate?
No, he did say, he said, I've got that rust out, Mount, watch me tonight. And, you know, but no. Faisal's a live wire as well.
Yep, Steve Semtex over there in the corner, Mr. Gladstone himself. Good master craftsman of the sport. And he will have his fighter ready for here tonight.
Well, I just think these men will be happy to stand and trade in that pocket, Danny, because as you said, at this weight, they won't want to be expending unnecessary energy.
No, I'm sure we'll see more kickboxing than we'll see Muay Thai in here at this weight, like I said before. But that's good for everyone to see here. And now they go to clinch. Nice even to the floor there. If I'm going down, you're coming with me.
And they touch gloves, and again over the 3-minute rounds at this weight, cardio is key. All that oxygen to these bigger muscles, Danny.
Good knee to the body from Anstey, and a knee as well, both scoring shots, and Fassal will be getting angry with that.
I thought for a moment I saw Daren wiping his brow there with his glove. I think it must be just what I thought it might have been blood, but it's not. And there's those, oh, and the round kick, he's wobbled Fassal with that kick.
Yeah, he's on light legs at the moment, and still comes in with a big elbow to try and do it. 12-6 elbow again. Fassal coming back with big strong hands.
I told you he was tough, and I had a feeling this would be the sort of bout this was, Danny. And it was a delayed reaction. The punches were heavy, but the round kick to the top, to the crown of Faisal's head, that's when his legs finally just started to buckle. Daren saw that and threw everything but that kitchen sink at him.
Blood on the face of Anstey, but I don't think it's his. I think it's Faisal's, but at the moment Faisal's got a cut to the top of his head, but I don't think that will bother him.
No, that was definitely from that elbow, but you see what I mean about the style of both men. Fassal, legs going, Anstey comes forward, absolute powerhouse performance, and then Fassal turns around and throws back like an ox.
Well, it was a case of he went on wobbly legs. I'm sure he blacked out for a second there. Anstey went at him, didn't manage to find the shot to get it on target and be that accurate. Gave him that couple of seconds to come back. Once Fassal woke up, realised where he was, you saw what sort of fighter he really was, and threw back some heavy shots himself. It's all action here at Yokkao in Southampton, Martin.
And again, Sean Toomey in the corner there saying to Daren Anstey about the downward elbow and saying, look, vary it up, bring the elbow across as well, change it up there when you're in close.
Yeah, he wants him to fight Thai style. Sean Toomey, of course, is a Thai boxing legend over here, especially as a trainer in the UK. He's he's the one who first, like Kieran Kedal even said it, who's been under him in the past. He said he's the one that's first started bringing these shows out of the rooms and bringing them up. So he knows what it's all about. And he wants his big lad, who I said earlier, they both look more like kickboxers in size, but he's the one who wants him to fight Muay Thai.
And he's a great fit for an incredible show, Yokkao, isn't he? Yokkao Sean Toomey, it fits lovely here tonight in Southampton. Incredible night of action.
Yeah. Oh, he's called it off for the cut. I can't believe it.
Must be the damage, Danny. It must be deeper or wider than we possibly thought, that cut. It wasn't in a bad spot, was it? That was the thing.
I don't think that would have impaired his vision. I'm not sure what the call is. I don't know what's happened. The cut must be massive. I can't see it from here, but the referee's called it. Fassal is distraught over there. He's devastated that it's been stopped.
But as we said, it's the toughest sport, Danny, and one shot can do it. I'm going to find out what it was. And there again, you can see Daren Anstey pointing to the elbow. Yep. He's telling you what it was.
He's very disappointed. I'm not a referee. I'm not a doctor. So I will go with their calls and sit down and say that's the right thing to do. They have to look after these fighters. And Jesse Saunders, one of the best in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, two big, strong men in this ring. Please, let's hear it for one really hard round of action. But this fight has been called due to doctor stoppage in favour of the red corner.